The wind howled outside Redwood High School, rattling the windows as the last rays of sunlight faded away. Inside, the hallways were dimly lit, the flickering fluorescent lights casting eerie shadows on the lockers. It was just another ordinary evening, until the intercom crackled to life. "Attention, students and staff," Principal Johnson's voice quivered. "We are under lockdown due to an unknown threat. Stay in your classrooms, lock the doors, and remain silent. Do not open the doors for anyone." Panic swept through the school as teachers hurriedly locked their classroom doors and huddled with their frightened students. In Mr. Anderson's history class, Jenny stared out the window, wondering what could be happening outside. The minutes stretched into hours, and the atmosphere grew more oppressive with every passing moment. The students' hushed whispers filled the air as fear tightened its grip. As the clock ticked past midnight, a peculiar sensation washed over Jenny. She glanced around the room, her heart pounding. Her classmates' eyes were wide with fear, but something else was in the room with them. A faint whisper, like a soft breeze through dry leaves, curled around the room. It was unintelligible at first, but it grew clearer and more menacing with each passing second. The voice seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere, impossible to pinpoint. "Jenny," it hissed, the name slithering through the air. "Come out, Jenny." Jenny clutched her desk, her knuckles white. The other students were too terrified to notice the voice. She wanted to scream, but fear held her tongue. The whisper continued, its tone shifting from coaxing to threatening. "Jenny, don't hide. I know where you are." Tears welled up in Jenny's eyes as she realized the voice knew her name. She mouthed a silent prayer and tried to stay hidden, but the voice persisted, growing louder and more sinister. "Jenny, I'm right outside your door. Open it, Jenny." The room plunged into darkness as the lights overhead flickered and died. Panic erupted as Jenny's classmates shrieked in terror. But through it all, the whispering voice remained. Then, from the corner of her eye, Jenny saw it, a shadowy figure lurking outside the classroom door. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and a grotesque smile spread across its face. The classroom door creaked open, and Jenny's heart froze in her chest. The shadowy figure stepped inside, its ghostly fingers reaching for her. She closed her eyes, trembling, waiting for the inevitable. But just as the figure was about to touch her, the lights surged back to life, and the whispering voice vanished. The shadowy figure dissipated like smoke, leaving Jenny and her classmates gasping for breath. Hours later, the lockdown was lifted, and the police found no signs of any intruders or threats. The students were released from their classrooms, shaken and pale. As Jenny walked out of the school, she couldn't shake the feeling that whatever had visited her classroom that night hadn't been human. She had heard the whispers and seen the glowing eyes, and the horror of that night would stay with her forever. And so, the legend of the Redwood High School lockdown haunted the students for years to come, a chilling tale that sent shivers down their spines whenever the winds howled through the darkened halls. Nestled in the heart of the countryside, there was a school unlike any other. Crestwood Elementary School was known for its unique tradition, the silent lockdown day. Once a year, the school held a lockdown where students and teachers were not allowed to speak or make any noise. It was a challenge of patience, teamwork, and observation. The students eagerly anticipated this day, for they knew that hidden within the silence was a thrilling mystery to solve. One crisp autumn morning, the entire school gathered in the gymnasium. Principal Thompson announced the annual Silent Lockdown Day. The children were handed envelopes containing clues and a riddle. The riddle read, "In silence, you must seek your prize, where knowledge dwells and whispers rise. Hidden within these hallowed halls are secrets that adorn these walls." The students were divided into teams, and each team had to decipher their clues and solve the riddle to find the hidden treasure. The rules were clear: no speaking, and all communication had to be nonverbal. As the silent day unfolded, the school transformed into a hive of silent activity. Teams of students communicated through gestures, nods, and written messages. They examined every nook and cranny of the school, from the library to the classrooms to the garden outside. Each clue led them to a different part of the school, and they uncovered puzzles, ciphers, and riddles along the way. The silence was eerie, but it added to the mystery and excitement. As the day neared its end, only one team remained in the race, the team of Emma, Max, and Lily. They had followed the clues meticulously and were now on the verge of solving the final riddle. Their clue led them to the school's history room, filled with old books and dusty artifacts. Inside, they found a portrait of the school's founder, a woman named Eleanor Crestwood. Emma noticed something peculiar about the portrait, a small hidden compartment. Inside, they discovered a letter from Eleanor Crestwood herself. The letter revealed that the school's annual silent lockdown day was a tribute to her. Eleanor Crestwood had been a deaf woman who had founded the school to promote the values of silence, patience, and the importance of listening. She believed that in silence, one could find the answers to life's mysteries. The students were astonished by the revelation and admired Eleanor Crestwood's wisdom. They realized that the real treasure was not a physical prize, but the lesson they had learned about the power of silence, communication, and the importance of listening to one another. The silent lockdown day ended with a shared sense of accomplishment and understanding. Crestwood Elementary School continued the tradition, not just as a fun challenge, but as a tribute to their founder, Eleanor Crestwood, whose wisdom had left an indelible mark on the school and its students. And so, in the heart of Crestwood, the school lockdown became a day of learning, unity, and silent celebration, reminding everyone that sometimes the most profound mysteries are hidden in the quietest moments.